Raising awareness is one of the key jobs of any charity or service who treat medical conditions, and occasionally they get a helping hand. Meet Joe, a young man who owes a lot to the BBC comedy The Mighty Boosh.
Yeah, it's quite a strange story. It may have well done saved my life. I found a lump around just before Christmas, and it's because of the Mighty Boosh that I was regularly checking, and it's sort of just a little jingle that sort of stuck with me throughout the years.
There's a lesson in that for everyone. Check your balls.
The message from the comedy stuck with the young filmmaker, and when he found the lump last Christmas, he immediately went to see a doctor.
It's a weird feeling, obviously. It's quite scary. I think it's just the word cancer has just got so much stigma attached to it, just because everyone knows, someone who's died from it or someone who's had it, and it is a serious thing. But I think, just talking to the nurses and talking to some of the doctors, you do understand that it is beatable, especially at my age. It's something that you can get through.
Now recovered, Joe has praised the NHS and the services locally for taking care of him and treating him quickly.
Everyone moans about the waiting times in A&E and stuff like that, but when you've got something as serious as cancer, they are all guns blazing, and they're just making sure everything's perfect for you, really.
We're very lucky that the Teenage Cancer Trust have just opened up this wonderful unit called the Teenagers and Young Adults Unit. We call it Area 61. The guys can chill here a little bit and actually meet other patients that are the same age as them going through treatment and actually, go through that. But we also, the Bristol Testicular Cancer Service is one of the best in the UK. We cover from Truro right the way up to Hereford, and the Bristol base is seen as a centre of excellence. There is nothing we haven't heard, and there's nothing we won't support, and we support the guys really well going through this.
I spent one day on a normal ward when I was first diagnosed, and that wasn't very nice, but then the rest of the time I was on Area 61, and it's just lovely, really. It's from 15 to 25, I think it is, and you get your own room, and I was able to connect my PS4 up and things like that, and they just make it as nice as it can be.
With the benefits of noticing and treating testicular cancer so clear then, how often should you check yourself out?
So what we say is once a month is a good time, that if there's going to be any subtle changes, the change of texture in it, sometimes you'll find a lump, and a lot of the information says you're going to find a definite lump. Sometimes it's not a lump, sometimes the texture changes, the testicle goes quite hard, or it just swells up like there's something wrong with it. So if you feel any of those things, don't panic, because 9 out of 10 problems are not cancer. What you need to do is just go and see your GP.
It's not nice, obviously, but I think I was quite lucky with it all. I had, it was an 84-day chemo treatment, which is, it was one of the more rigorous chemo treatments, and it wasn't good. I had a few days where it was really quite rough and I was throwing up and that sort of thing, but I think I was generally quite lucky through it. Felt quite active and stuff like that, and I had good friends around me, so I was out mountain biking the next week and things like that. So
Joe's story has a happy ending, and he can now enjoy his favourite programme with a new perspective on life. I'm Tom for In Bristol TV.